Hello everybody, it's me, the Real Local Maniac. I'm back again with another game review. Now, as you can see, today I'll be playing a Chuckie Egg 2 on the ZX Spectrum. Chuckie Egg 2 is also known as Choccy Egg, and it's a sequel to the classic and amazing game, Chuckie Egg. Now, how many times am I going to say Chuckie Egg during this review? Who knows, I'll try my best not to say it again. Right, so once again you play the role of Henhouse Harry, and this time what your mission is, if you can see it from the right in there, you're meant to go around a factory and collect as many different items as you can to make a giant chocolate egg. So this game, unlike the previous game, it's not a single screen affair. What you have to do this time is you have to explore loads of different screens. Now if you remember, the first game was a classic, and the reason why it was a classic was it was all about skill. You had one screen, you had to collect eggs, you had to collect bird seeds for added points. You had to avoid the ducks and chickens while climbing up ladders and things like that. And it was always about how far you could get and how fast you could do the levels. Now this game changed the whole gameplay quite a bit. So there you go, there's Henhouse Harry. Let me go and show you this dog there. Now I can't get past him because he needs something, so I've got to go and search for what he's looking for. Now there we go, there's Henhouse Harry, looking chubbier than ever. After eating all those eggs, I think he's put on a little bit of weight. But he can still move at a nice nifty little pace there. He can run really fast. Now those green things I'm jumping over, I don't know what they are, whether they're like lizards, whether they're crocodiles, but whatever you do, don't touch them because you die if you do that. Now the spirit of the previous game is still there. You still climb up ladders, you can collect things, but this time, there are other buttons that you have to press to actually pick up those objects. The other thing I wanted to mention, seeing that big ladder there, unlike the previous game, falling from a great height will kill you. In the first game, I nearly said the name of the game there, I promise not to say it anymore. Yeah, but in the first game, if you were at the top of the screen, you were trapped by, say, the chickens and ducks, and there was nowhere else to go, you could just walk off the ledge, providing there was another platform below you. It didn't matter what height you fell from, you'd just bounce and you'd be fine. But in this game, if you fall from a great height, you die, so you have to be very careful and later on in the levels not to mess up. Alright, so there's a little dog, give him the bone there. Now this game has got, I guess, little aspects of games like Dizzy where you collect certain objects to use them in a certain place. So yeah, it's got a nice charm to it. Here we go, we're just about to enter the A&F chocolate factory. Now believe it or not, that little bubble that you just saw there, for years and years when I first played this game, I tried my best to avoid that, and I always would avoid it. And it wasn't until recently that I accidentally bumped into that bubble, and then I realised that that bubble doesn't really do anything apart from make you bounce left or right, depending on how you hit it. Now, see if I can jump over these objects. Nope, I can't do it. Now, it's been absolutely ages since I've played this game. Now, the original game is probably it's in probably my top 10 favourite games ever, and I still play it to this day, because it's just a fun and addictive game. Now, like I said before, this game's got loads of different screens. It plays very similar to Jet Set Willy, the Monty games, and Dynamite Dan. But I'll be honest with you guys, I don't think this game has got the charm of those games I mentioned. Graphically, I don't think it looks as good, but then again, a game doesn't have to have amazing graphics for it to be good. But I think the reason why, the Monty games and Jet Set Willy and the Dynamite Dan games worked, it's just they had that something special, and this game just hasn't captured that for me. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm not saying that I hate this game with a vengeance. It just doesn't work for me, unfortunately. I mean, this isn't a WTF game. It's not an awful game. Now, this game basically split people down the middle. Some people actually liked this game. Other people disliked it. I think, like most people, we would have been happy if the programmers had just basically put up the original game, changed a few levels. Maybe, that would have been good enough, and called that Chuckie Egg 2. But what they tried, they made a brave decision by trying something a little bit different, and to be honest with you, I don't think it actually worked. I don't think it did. Alright, so guys, let me quickly tell you, I've got loads more ZX Spectrum games coming up. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're probably watching this maybe the third week in February. You'll always find all the videos first at my site, which is www.onehourmonthlypodcastshow.co.uk, and you'll also find all the 8-bit walls there first of all as well. I'm normally going to try and sort of like play all the videos on the site first, and then a couple of weeks later upload them to the site. Upload them to YouTube. So yeah, I've got loads more ZX Spectrum videos. I've got some 8-bit walls. I've got Gauntlet, Smash TV, Rampage, and many more games coming up as well. And I'm also going to do like loads of different other games, like on the Super Nintendo, on the Mega Drive, on the Game Boy, on the Sega Master System. So yeah, got plenty of time. Alright guys, I'm going to go now. I'm the Real Local Maniac. Goodbye.